going to share with you what e-cigarettes are, the statistics on who is using them, and if they are beneficial. About a year and a half ago is when I first came in contact with an electronic cigarette. I was at a party and a lot of my friends were using this thing that looked like a USB, and I saw they were smoking it. I was really confused on what it was. They told me it was a Juul, which is an electronic cigarette. You charge it, and they have like little pods that have flavors. Like mango was really popular then, mint, blueberry, just a whole bunch. So that's why they were all using them. And before that, they didn't even smoke. So that's a little story about how I came in contact with an electronic cigarette. So they were created in 2003 in China. So basically, I got some visuals to show y'all. These are disposable. They're not the big ones that you can charge up. This one's called a Bitty Stick, and it's a mint flavor. And you hit it, I guess, however many puffs until it dies, and you throw it away. This one is peach ice, and it's called a puff bar. And it says it has 5%, so 5% nicotine is contained in this. And this one it looks like blueberry ice, but it doesn't show you the percentage of nicotine on this one. And it doesn't tell me the name of this one either. But basically all of these are disposable electronic cigarettes. And you can get them really at any store now these days. Like there are also those vape shacks, but you can also get them at just gas stations all over. So this is basically what they look like. Just like little rectangle colors that produce a vape and contain nicotine inside. So I told y'all it was in 2003 is when they were created, and China is who created them. So now I'm going to tell you the percentage and the statistics of who's using them. So obviously with all these flavors, young people are getting drawn into them. And in 2015, the highest percentage of people using them, it was 50% of the U.S. were middle school age kids and high school age kids, which is not good that these are pulling them into it when they don't even smoke. They just like the flavors, and they get addicted to nicotine. So for middle school, it was 10.5%, and for high school, it was 27.5%, and this was in 2019. That was the percentage. So that's 5 million U.S. middle and high school students. That's a lot of students and kids getting addicted to nicotine. About in 2015, whenever e-cigarettes got pretty big, it wasn't really the younger kids smoking then. I'm assuming it was just the menthol flavor was probably out, so like that didn't really attract younger kids. And 58.8% were regular smokers that were using these. 29.8% were just former smokers that had stopped smoking and went back to cigarettes, or they just picked up this Juul or electronic cigarette, whatever you want to call them, and started smoking these again. And 11.4% of the U.S. picked up these electronic cigarettes that had never even been smoking before. So they ended up getting addicted to nicotine. So obviously, these things are not good because so many people were using them. But, I mean, I guess in a way they could be good because for people that are smoking constantly, it gives them something to start using instead of an actual cigarette, because an actual cigarette has more toxins that are not good for you than these electronic cigarettes. And so that's the main reason why these were even invented, were to wean people off smoking and all. But instead it's pulling people in that have never smoked to start smoking because of the flavors. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the benefits and if they're beneficial. So obviously one of the benefits is because it can wean you off smoking cigarettes, which I already stated. But there's also these non-beneficial things that can happen from smoking these things. Well, you can get addicted to the nicotine, that's one. for these younger students, like school age and high school age students, their brain's still developing, and it can do brain damage, like that can happen. And there's also cancer chemicals, so you can develop cancer from smoking these things. And if you're pregnant and do not know it, for a female, it's super toxic for the fetus. So, all in all, whenever the scientists invented these things, it was out of good, because it was trying to, make people stop smoking. But instead, with them not knowing, it's brought in a whole culture of people just getting addicted to nicotine even more because of the flavors. So instead of people quitting smoking and all, they're starting to pick up these and smoke these, which isn't good because of lung cancer and all of the above that happens. So from my perspective, I think you just shouldn't smoke anything at all. Just stop. And there's that.